Terrell Smith is one of the museum's women volunteers. Only her enthusiasm for playing bagpipes matches her love for trains. But it wasn't love at first sight.
To tell the truth, I really hated trains. Just when I was absolutely in the hurry, just when I just thought I was going to get there in time, I got stopped by a train. I mean, you don't see these things around out there anymore. And, I mean, I had no idea they even existed. And when I came out here, and the idea of maybe just getting to operate one when I've never seen one before in my life just sort of thrilled me. My knees were shaking when I was done.
No old train conjures up fonder feelings than the legendary Southern California red car. This lovingly restored trolley is a special favorite of the Orange Empire Railroad Museum's Superintendent of Railway Operations, Ed Vandeventer. Ed, tell us a little bit about the history of these red cars.
When anybody thinks about transportation in Los Angeles County in the old days, they think of the big red cars of the Pacific Electric. The Pacific Electric was an interurban system. That means it ran from Los Angeles to the surrounding communities. And of course, at that time, when these lines were built, there were actually open space between LA and its neighboring towns. After World War II, everybody who returned home wanted to buy an automobile, and they moved to the suburbs, to places where the red cars couldn't serve them, and so the patronage started to drop off rapidly.
The Orange Empire Railroad Museum is one of the few places to see an original red car in action. But today, rail transportation is a lot more than a relic of America's past.
As we all know, LA is going through a stage right now where the Blue Line has just been inaugurated and has proved to be very successful according to the people who operate it. We're going to have a real live subway in Los Angeles. We're going to have commuter rail, and Amtrak is holding its own in intercity transit. It seems right now that the future not only is bright in LA, but very active.
Talk of a new rail age in the 21st century doesn't surprise train enthusiasts like Terrell Smith. For Terrell, the past was the future all along.
Trains worked in the past, and they were fools to take them out. Now they're putting them back in and running around saying, hey, look, we got something new.
Laguna is a popular destination for millions of tourists and residents of Southern California. They're drawn here by the world-famous Laguna Arts Festival, the many celebrated restaurants, and of course the exquisite natural beauty. But they all have one thing in common, whether they're residents or visitors. They have to suffer through traffic congestion. Now there's a solution being proposed to that problem. It's an old idea back east, but it's a brand new idea out here in the land of the freeways. Toll roads.
This is a familiar sight to travelers in Europe and on America's East Coast. The modern American toll road is a product of the government-sponsored highway building boom of the 40s and the 50s. In California, highways developed differently. Our freeways have been underwritten mostly by federal highway funds and state gas tax revenues. But in 1989, the California legislature authorized Caltrans to test pay-as-you-go driving in California. Some of these highways will follow new routes. Others will be additions or connectors between existing roadways. One toll road is presently planned east of San Francisco Bay, and 6 in Southern California, 1 near San Diego and 5 in Orange County. Some of these new highways will be built and supported through traditional public means, but 4 will be demonstration projects, built and operated for profit by private enterprise. Whether public or private, the toll road in California is an idea that's new and controversial. These demonstrators are protesting a publicly sponsored 6-lane, 15-mile-long toll road through the San Joaquin Hills in Orange County, connecting the Corona del Mar Freeway near John Wayne Airport, southeast to I-5 and San Juan Capistrano. The executive director of the Laguna Canyon Conservancy is Mike Phillips.
This road, as it's proposed right now, cuts through some prime coastal sage scrub habitat and the home for some threatened and possibly endangered species in the area, which we're trying very hard to preserve. This project also goes very near or requires the realignment of some wetlands, which we know is always difficult to restore and fix. Quite frankly, we don't think that the project is worth those kinds of significant environmental damages to the area.
Why build a toll road through the San Joaquin Hills? The Caltrans Deputy District Director for the proposed publicly run toll road project is Dan Butler.
We need some new roads in southern Orange County because we really only have one freeway down there, and there's a tremendous amount of development going on. The essence of the question is, why can't we build all the freeways we need now using the gas tax money? And the answer to that simply is our freeway system has gotten older. A greater proportion of the money that we collect in gas tax now is required to maintain the existing system. Much of the system is 30 and 40 years old. Also, the rate of increase of the gas tax has not kept pace with inflation.
Pete Fielding is a professor of social science at the University of California, Irvine.
Why do we need toll roads now? It's a lot like moving back in time to another era, another place.
The real problem is that we subsidize our highways. We don't pay the full price for our highways, and consequently they're congested. There's too much congestion on the highways, and by pricing the highways correctly, we discourage people from using them in the peak hours. It's just like the telephone. Now in the morning, if you call before 8 o'clock or you call at the weekend, you get a discount. If you call between 8 and 5, you pay a premium price. The telephone company is very profitable and very successful. I see highways of the 21st century being in the same manner if they are appropriately priced.
The sixth most congested highway in America is the 91 freeway connecting Riverside and Orange County. It's likely that California's first toll road will be built here by a private corporation. 4 lanes are already being cleared down the existing median. Deputy District Director Frank Weidler oversees the Route 91 toll project for Caltrans.
It'll be the first, to my knowledge, private toll road built in the country since horse and buggy days. There'll be no casual users on this facility. Everybody will be required to have a so-called transponder, either affixed to the vehicle or as perhaps a plastic credit card-sized card that could be velcroed on your sun visor or put on your dash. And as this transponder passed over readers, either in the pavement or in overhead signs, your presence would be detected and your account would be debited. There'll be no toll booths. There'll be no throwing a quarter in a basket. There'll be no stopping and starting. There'll be no visible employees. This thing will operate without slowing down.
Despite the promise of eased congestion and efficient new technology, critics continue to have environmental and economic questions, especially about private toll roads. Bruce Blanning is a representative of the professional engineers in California government.
The theory is that if the private company builds a toll road, it doesn't cost the taxpayer anything. Now, as you and I know, if you drive on a toll road and you have to pay a toll, you've already paid gas tax, you've already paid vehicle license fees, so you're really paying again for the privilege of using a highway that's no longer free. So we don't think it's a good idea. One of the real concerns is that the public, that is the state and hence the taxpayer, remains liable for these facilities, even though the public has no say over where they're going to be built, how they're going to be built, what the standards will be, whether they'll be safe facilities or not. They are state highways by law, and as state highways, the state can be liable for any damages that occur.
Public or private, toll roads for California are an innovative and controversial idea. But most experts agree, testing alternatives is essential to fighting future gridlock.
We're not going to have a single solution to suit all of California. When you get to the central part of the city, transit is essential. But when you get to the suburban areas, transit doesn't work quite as well, and that's where we have to find ways in which to complete some of the missing links in the highway system and pay for them through tolls. pricing is a very American phenomenon. Why not use it to help solve some of our transportation problems?